What's up, everybody? It's your boy Baybar the Go Bar coming at you with another Magic the Gathering Puzzle Quest video. Been a few weeks since I put out a video. I've just been enjoying the holiday season. And by enjoying, I mean spending tons of money I don't have and driving all across the country with two screaming babies. So, what's not to like about that? No, but I won't be a Scrooge. I thoroughly enjoyed myself, and we had a great time and made lots of good memories. But I'm looking forward to getting back to the normal day-to-day grind and putting out some more content for all you guys. I recently hit 100 subscribers, which made me really, really happy because, again, I do this all for you guys and to try and put out fun content and hopefully have some laughs together. And I love getting feedback and I love getting deck ideas that I can put in future videos. So today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to record the last two games of the Hour of Devastation. This is the current or the event that's going on at this moment, and you can see it's a big chunk of change. This is the last kind of Christmas gift type of stuff that they're putting out. So 450 jewels, that's a free mythic or perhaps a masterpiece, and 175 crystals. A pretty big deal to try and win this. There's already quite a few players that have got perfect scores, and I'm hoping to be one of them. A few of my coalition mates, like Steve is up there. Magic Master is a coalition mate in prior days, and a few other names that I recognize on this board. So let's see how this goes. Now, unfortunately, these are the hardest nodes, and this is on the take 10 or less damage node. Let me show you the deck first. Hopefully, that's not a great pairing necessarily. You don't like going against red because you could always take an Inferno Jet to the face, and that's just, and especially when they have a score of 38, it's like, well, they're not really trying, so they're probably just trolling. But then again, maybe it's just a newer player. So let's take a look at what I'm running. I like this deck. I think this is the best chance, and it also is kind of one of those, it usually doesn't take very long. So the concept of the deck, of course, is the top two cards. Deploy the Gatewatch, fetch the first three creatures in your library and place them on the battlefield, and Hazoret's Undying Fury. So ideally, you cast this. If you do cast this, and assuming they don't have some type of stall you out card like a Gideon's Intervention or a Gideon's Defeat or Suppression Bonds or something like that, then this deck will absolutely go lethal, because the only creatures we have in the deck are Decimator of the Provinces, otherwise known as Pig. Basically, it comes down as an 8/8, then turns himself into a 12/12 and adds +4/+4 plus trample plus haste plus berserker to the other creatures. But we're only running two creatures, and the other one is Emrakul, the Promised End. He's good because he's got flying, but really it's the time walk he has where opponent's hand costs 13 more mana and their creatures are disabled. So if they do have a blocker out there, and I do have trample, but even if they have an Avacyn or something like that that comes on and gives all their creatures prevent damage for a turn, he's still going to disable her, so we can get through that way. I will say that if you are running into white, I typically sub in a Meteor Golem in that slot. Now, it's a little dangerous because you won't necessarily go lethal on, especially on someone like Nicol Bolas that has 132 hit points. You'll go lethal on like maybe, Nahiri at 102, but and it kind of depends too. If you get mostly pigs and less Meteor Golems, but maybe I'll show you what card I'm talking about in case you're unfamiliar. But basically, the reason you would want to run this is it's a way to not really adjust your deck and add more spells, and add this guy. When he enters the battlefield, destroy an opponent's non-land support. So this will kill the Gideon's Defeat, the Gideon's Intervention, all of that type of stuff. But he only has 4 attacks, so he's much less damage on the board. So if you're not running against something, she might be running Claustrophobia, so this could be a mistake, but that'll only impact one creature. I think I'll still, disrupt enough with Emrakul, and Pig can wipe out any creatures they have. That I still think this is the best deck to run. The rest of the cards, we'll start with Omniscience. I didn't used to have this card, so I didn't run it, but the more I play with it, the more I really like it in this deck. Each card in your hand costs 0 mana, and it basically starts with 4 shields. Even though it's very buggy, it seems like it only gives you 3 free cards. It almost seems like it burns one of your shields to cast the card itself, which is silly, but I'm not too much complaining that this thing needs a buff. But the idea is, even if you don't get like Hazoret's Undying... Well, okay, let's say you do get Omniscience and Hazoret's Undying Fury in the first hand, then you can effectively cast Hazoret's Undying Fury for 17 mana instead of 21, and that'll be lethal. So it's good that way. Again, combo into Deploy the Gatewatch and reduce its cost by 6 mana. You can also use it to, you know, kind of, if you want to drop a single Emrakul to stall their hand out, if you want to use it to, you know, combo into, you know, Gideon's Defeat and Gideon's Intervention to really protect yourself right off the bat and save that last charge for hopefully digging out a Hazoret's Undying Fury. You can do that as well. Insidious Will is one of those cards we love seeing in our opening hand. When your opponent casts a card, destroy this support, and the opponent's card is destroyed. This is the best protection in the deck against, you know, just turn one stuff that's really annoying, like an Inferno Jet or a, you know, who knows, a Guy's Revenge, for instance. Gideon's Intervention, when it's in play, it prevents any damage to the Planeswalker, so it feels very comforting to have this in play and to take 10 or less damage, but it does have a degrading shield count as you take damage. Gideon's Defeat is a great creature control, but doesn't do anything against, you know, an Inferno Jet, for instance. Thaumatic Compass is in that same vein. It's a little more robust and sits on the board a little bit longer once it turns into Spires of Orazca. And then finally, we're playing just a Desert's Hold. This is kind of like the emergency button. You know, get it down. If they get a creature into play, hopefully it can control them long enough. But the idea is you're using Karn because he's very, very good at digging out answers with his first. So ideally, you'll find a Loyalty 3 and some kind of combination, or just go ahead and get a Hazoret's Undying Fury in your opening hand. So here we go. I'm a little bit, get your heart pumping to be playing for 450 jewels this late in the event. But, you know, even if I lose a few points, hopefully I won't lose the game. This to me is, my Madrin calls this the bunker deck, as far as you just like sit back and defend. I'm not sure it's that defensive. You know, if you get an opening turn Huff, this can easily have a turn 1 win. So maybe it's like a glass cannon, you know, hiding in a bunker or something like that. I see a nice match 5 into a Loyalty, so let's see what we get here. Okay. I think I'll go into the I Will and the Gideon's Defeat first. Definitely the I Will in case he has that Inferno Jet online. And we'll take that match 5 to get a free turn. Let's go ahead and dig. And there's our Hazoret's Undying Fury. Perfect. So now we have bonus to red, which we don't really have any red matches that I can see. I don't want to take that black because that'll give him a match 5 in the Loyalty. I see green. I could take a Loyalty. I think we're going green here. I could consider putting the Gideon's Defeat down, but honestly, it's very unlikely he gets into both a creature and another creature, for instance. And if so, I doubt he'll have 10 mana, but maybe this is a mistake, but I think I'm going to go ahead and put some mana into the Huff here. So he's going to leave me the match 5. I'll take that. So I need enough slots that I can cast. I probably should. Yeah, I should have discarded the Emrakul. That was stupid. Let's go ahead and do this though. And then we have a red matchup. We have a white matchup. Red's already good, but let's see what our options are here. Okay, so I think I'm trying to think how much mana I have in the Huff. I think I have 4 mana, which would be the same price as Omniscience. So you don't really get any value there. You know, that's a tough one. I don't really need to deploy the Gatewatch. The Omniscience seems like the obvious choice, but I feel like Gideon's Intervention might be better here. I think I'm going to do that. I definitely want to take his red, even though it's going to... Okay, I'll take the red that it's suggesting, because it won't... If I take the bottom red from the far right side red gem, it'll leave him a double swap on white and black. Sorry if I'm overthinking this, guys, but this is one of those... You know, these are the games you really want to be paying attention to. The ones for big chunks of change. He left me another match 5. Well, he's being very generous, so I certainly appreciate that. I think I go ahead and see if there's... I think we take the colorless here. I don't think we need any of them, but we're just trying to boost our ability to get enough mana. I think I'm going to discard the intervention. And that'll be lethal. Alright, perfect. So here you go. Now we're going to just drop a bunch of Emrakuls, a bunch of pigs on top of them. And you can see this is good. It's ridiculously lethal. I don't think it's quite... I think the strongest is to have Samut and Pig as your only two creatures. I think that gives you the most damage output possible. I could be wrong about that. Someone correct me if I am. Because I think the double damage of the +4 synergizes more with something with the, you know, like Samut's double damage into the +4/+4 makes her total output higher than, for instance, Guy's Revenge. All right, and who cares? Take a loyalty. Oh, just, you know, just dump my hand. That's fine too. So you can see I was at about 100. I think I was at 174 damage. So that's clearly enough to clean up any Planeswalker in existence. And this also is a deck that has a very low probability of losing creatures. Because again, it's almost always lethal at the time you put it down. But even if it's not, you only drop 2 creatures, you can lose 3. So I mean, effectively, it's a pretty safe approach from that perspective as well. But the opponent didn't put up much threat and gave me a bunch of match 5s, though they're not necessarily foolishly. Just how it kind of played out. Maybe the last one was bad. Actually, you know what, the last, you know what, pretty foolishly. They were exactly the ones that I dodged myself. So, anyway, so we have no idea what he was playing, but we were one closer, and let's hopefully finish it out here. If I do end up losing here, it'll be a glorious defeat or a glorious losing of some points, but hopefully I'll have enough to end in the top 25, even if I don't end perfect. So we shall see. This deck, of course, went perfect last time when we didn't have to play it. I was really hoping they'd give us another, you know, Christmas bonus and just not bother, you know, actually making us play the node. Okay, so there's another I Will. We've got another match 5, and we would definitely want to take white off the board. Now, I would love to get into a loyalty here or enough mana to combo thereabouts. I don't think it's worth... like, I think I do go into the Gideon's Intervention. She does like blue. I could reduce her probability of getting it with this red on the right side. I could take, because like I don't really want her to hit that I Will, which is in the top right. I could also reduce the chances. See, and if I take the blue at the bottom, I'm going to give her that white match. That's suboptimal. I don't love any of these moves, and I'm hoping I'm not missing something on camera right now. I could take the black landfall and just knock out one of her white gems, but then she would match my I Will for sure. I say for sure, almost for sure. I think I'm going to take this red that it suggests. Okay. So she dinged my I Will. That's annoying. But I did draw my Huff, which is good. I still don't have enough loyalty to do anything. But I could get a red to drop down or a blue to drop down. Let's hope to hit that with this move here. Nothing doing. Okay, she still hasn't seen that card, which makes me nervous. Now I've got the blue into the loyalty into the black, but I don't really want that because that takes my I Will out. I mean, if she could have that big dinosaur thing. Big dinosaur thing. I'm tempted to go into the Gideon's Intervention here, and I think I will. It just provides me protection, and I think that if I do that, then then I think I can get to Huff before she can take both of the shields down on the Gideon's intervention. Another thought is I could... See, I think this is tough. I think I want to go red into the black one here. Even though it'll leave opposed, but it'll give me enough mana to get into Gideon's intervention. And it doesn't seem like it leaves or anything fantastic, just decent. Oh, man. All right. This is it's an intense one. It's for all the marbles. Sorry if I'm overthinking this, guys, but let's do it like I suggested. All right, a beautiful match 5. That's a thing of beauty. Now I wish I hadn't gone that direction. So there's a black available. There's the blue available, of course, but I'd prefer to leave that alone. I don't think I have any black cards, so maybe we'll go colorless here. Sure, we'll take that. Do I just abandon that side altogether? I don't really want to give her that white match, even though it will save my... Yeah, I guess I'd give her the white match and save my I will and get that white gem away from my Gideon's intervention. I think that's the right move. Okay, so now my I will is down. I need 10. I've got green and loyalty. I've got blue. I've got white. I think I take the... What do I like? I think I liked the white. Actually, I liked the green the best. I think. See, if I get the white down into the green, then that will just end the game. So I think that's the play. The loyalty is a little bit irrelevant at this point. Did not get it. Cross my fingers. And that should do it. All right. So that probably looked like I totally overthought everything because she wasn't all that... Well, I don't know if she was threatening. She might have had that, Zakama or something like that it was about to come through and just bash my head in. Uh-oh. So I'm getting a lumpy return of pigs, but there's just... When you only have 2 creatures, you have like 0 probability of actually just hitting like pig, Emrakul, or whatever it is, and get all, 12 creatures down. 12 creatures down that, somehow don't get haste to the Emrakul. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate the time today. Again, thanks for subscribing. Subscribe if you're not already doing so, and let me know what videos you'd like to see in the future. All right. Wait, we just got to see it. We got to see it. Come on, man. We got to see that beautiful first place. Oh, let me see if I can nestle right up next to my buddy Steve. He said he got a turn 1 victory on his, I think he's running a Kiora loop deck, and you can do that. I find it to be, I don't know, I guess you can get lumpy with anything, but if you just end up with a lot of loyalty early, you can't get, I don't know, I just don't see how Kiora loop deck can more efficiently win on average than, without taking any damage than this Karn deck, but, I could be wrong, but, there we go. Oh, it feels so good. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Peace. Oh, let me know if you want to see my other decks. Those decks are pretty easy, though. See ya.